Hi, welcome to the Session 2 bonus workshop. Okay, we covered a lot of things this session. Let's look at what we learned. We learned how to read music. We learned about rhythms and rests. We learned the notes on our first and second strings. Now, the most important skills for you to master in this section are learning how to read music notation, visually recognizing on the music staff the first and second string notes, as well as the physical playing of those first and second string notes. And also we learned about correct note values and rhythm. So let's go ahead and get started. First place we want to start at is with lines. So let's first talk about notes on the lines. Okay, your staff has 5 lines on it. The lowest note is E, G, B, D, and F. And the phrase that we learned to remember this is, every good boy does fine. Fine kind of rhymes with line. That's how we remember that. Okay, so let's do a little bit of practice on these lines. Let's do a little line reading practice. Okay, so take a look at this first one. Number 1. What is this one? Let's count that up. Every good boy. That's on the third line, so that one would be a B. That's a B. What about this one? Let's count it up. Every good boy does. That's a D. Okay, let's do one more. This one's way up at the top. Count it up. Every good boy does fine. That's an F. Okay, so we covered the lines. Now let's cover the spaces. Let's take a look at the notes on the spaces. Remember, there's 4 different spaces there. It goes an F, an A, a C, and an E from lowest to top, which conveniently spells the word face. Okay, so let's get a little bit of practice on reading those spaces. Okay, so what about this one? What would that be? Well, let's think it out. F, A, that's an A. Okay, let's do another one. This one's on the lowest one, so that would be an F. Okay, let's do one more of these. This one's at the very top. Can you figure it out? That's an E. Okay, now let's mix it up a bit, and we're going to add both lines and spaces together. So take a look at this one. First, you have to ask yourself, is this on a line or on a space? Okay, that one's on a space, and it's the third space up, so that's a C. Okay, what about this one? Ask yourself 2 questions. Is it on a line, in a space, and then what phrase do we need to go with that? Okay, this one's on a line, and that's a G. What about this one? Okay, that one's on a space, and that's an E. Okay, let's do the 4th one here. Take a look at this one. What about that? Where's that one? Count it up. That's on a line, so it's every good boy does fine, so let's count it up. Every good boy does. That's a D. And finally, what about this one? This is on a space. It's on that second space, and this is an A. Okay, so that's lines and spaces and the notes on them. Remember that there are 4 types of notes that we looked at. We're talking about rhythm here. Whole notes are an open circle, and those get 4 beats. Okay, half notes are an open circle with a stem on it. Remember, the stem can go either direction, whether it's up or down. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it has a stem. And half notes get 2 beats. So whole notes get 4, half notes get 2, quarter notes are a filled-in circle with a stem, and that gets 1 beat. An eighth note is a filled-in circle with a stem, and it has a little flag on it, and those get half a beat. We're not going to deal with those in this session. We're going to catch those next session. Okay? Now, there's also rests that go along with it. Just like there are 4 types of notes, there are 4 types of rests. So let's take a look at those. A whole rest is a little dash that hangs down from the line, and he gets 4 beats. Just like a whole note gets 4 beats, a whole rest gets 4 beats as well. A half rest is a dash that sticks up from the line, and he gets 2 beats. Remember how we learned to differentiate between the two? A whole rest has more beats in it, so it's heavier, so it hangs down from the line. Okay, a quarter rest is this upside-down lightning bolt-looking thing, and that's 1 beat. Okay, so you have a quarter note, 1 beat, quarter rest, 1 beat. The last one is an eighth rest, and this kind of backwards italicized 7 looking thing, and that gets a half a beat rest. Now, Now let's also talk about our first string notes. That's what we learned this time. So we also learned 3 notes on this very first string. So let's take a look at those. We learned E, open E, first finger F, hugging up right behind that fret, and then third finger G with your third finger hugging up right behind that fret. Don't try and be too far back on the fret or you're going to get this buzzy sound. Okay, so you try it with me. Here we go. E, open E. This is all on the first string. We're bracing our hand down here. We got our pinky. F, and then let's do G. Very good. Remember each finger. First finger covers everything that happens in the first fret. Second covers everything that happens on the second. Third covers everything that happens on the third. Pinky does double duty. Anything on the 4th or the 5th fret, the pinky covers. Okay? So now let's get some practice with these notes. We'll be working on the bonus workshop exercises for session 2. These and many other resources to help you learn guitar are available to you online at www.learnandmasterguitar.com/resources. There's all sorts of resources there for you to take part of. There's a discussion board and all kinds of things to get the support that you need to keep going with this. Okay, so let's look at these first string bonus exercises. Take a look at exercise number 1. Okay, starts on a G there. I'll count it off nice and slow. Starts on the 3rd finger. We're going to start real easy and then it'll eventually get a little bit harder. 1, 2, ready, play. G, hold it out for all 4 beats. 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, open E, 2, back to 3rd finger G, 2, 3, 4, open E, 2, 3, 4, first finger F, 2, 3, 4, and open E. I told you they would start easy. Here we go. Let's do number 2 now. These are half notes. Half notes get 2 beats. And again, we're starting on that G. Now, if you need to write in the notes above these exercises, please go ahead and write them in. And then come back, just turn off the DVD, write the notes in, and then come back and we'll do it together. Let's do number 2. 1, 2, ready, go. G, now an E, 1, 2, back to G, back to E, first finger F, open E, and F, G, great. Here we go. Let's do number 3. 1, 2, ready, go. Hold this out for 2 beats here. 2. 1, 2. Then this is 4 beats here. Let it ring out. 3, 4. Good. Now the last one on that page is number 4. Let's take a look at it. 1, 2, number 4, go. E, 2 G's, G, E, G, half note here, now remember to keep your wrist down. Needs to be a little bit of airspace there. You don't want to be way up like that with your thumb coming over the top. Lower that wrist, bring that wrist down so you get a little bit of airspace there. Okay? So now we're going to take away the tab, and I want you to look at the more first string bonus exercises. Okay? Let's take a look at number 1. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, now F, G, 3rd finger, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That one went a little fast. Let's go to number 2. Let's slow it down just a little bit. 1, 2, number 2, and ready, go. E, G, E, G, E, 2, E, to F, F to good. Let's try number 3. Now, I would encourage you to go ahead and try and say the notes as you're playing them. Kind of helps your muscle memory, your motor skill coordination to get those two things locked in together. Here you go. Number 3, nice and slow. 1, 2, number 3, and go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here's a G. Now F, 2, 3, 4, F, 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 and E, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here comes number 4. This one's a little bit tougher. Okay, say the notes with me. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. E, E, F, E, G, E, F, E, 2. Then G, F, G, E, G, F, G, and back to F, 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 G, F, E, 2, 3, 4. Now don't get discouraged if you can't do it as fast as I'm playing it right now. Just take your time. It's all about going at your own pace. So if you're not quite up to that speed yet, just stop the tape, practice it, maybe practice it for a couple of days. Then maybe come back to me and we can play it at that tempo. Okay? Don't get discouraged and think, well, I'll never get it. Okay? You'll get it. It just takes a little bit of time. Okay? What are we on? Number 5? 1, 2, number 5, play. Good. And lastly, number 6, 2, ready, go. Two, 3, 4. So that was a good workout on those first string notes, E, F, and G. Okay, go back and do these exercises again if you need a little bit more help on that. Okay, we're going to move on to the second string notes.